on Halloween, it is the come as you aren't night, right?
Sure.
And when you get into that, you get in the costumes, you get in the role play, but does that role play or those costumes ever maybe follow us home after Halloween?
Well, I mean, how drunk am I?
Yeah.
I mean, as drunk as you need to be, no, that is not, no.
Walk that back a little bit.
Yeah,
Backing up.
So, I know we wanted to touch on a little bit about role play, because there are a lot of things about Halloween. I think that as a culture and as a society, we tend to maybe, just like with kink, frown upon. I mean, it is a kink.
Sure.
We frown upon, except that one day a year when it's acceptable. And I think, that's one of the reasons we're here, is to put a spotlight on the fact that, no, it's acceptable, and it's healthy, and it is part of,
Healthy human expression.
Yes, many people's sex lives, not just one day a year. Because, oh, sweetie, if you're having sex only one day a year, I'm really sorry.
Unless you're into that, I mean.
Sure. unless you only require sex once a year, I mean, you go. But otherwise, I mean, get that costume out of the closet, put it on, and have a good time.
Yeah, I feel like roleplay has this bizarre relationship with sort of mainstream or vanilla America, where it's definitely seen as sort of like a crazy, wild kink in the way some of the maybe more complicated things that we've discussed on this show are, but it also feels approachable in a way. I mean, it's very common to see a romantic comedy where you would never see like Reese Witherspoon and Vince Vaughn tying each other up and, getting out the leather gear and the bondage equipment. But you would see them maybe pretending to be strangers at a bar, only to find out that, oh, they were just playing a role and they've been married the whole time. And so it has this...
That's a common... That particular setup is a really common trope.
It's a super common trope. It's in tons of movies.
Really common. I mean, movies, TV, just all over the place.
Yeah, and the truth is I don't know, and maybe I'm wrong, and I'd love to hear from anybody who disagrees, but I don't know how much that sort of like PG-13 role-playing exists out in the world. How much of that is sort of a Hollywood construction, and how much of that is really going on? I mean, I'm not going to suggest that it doesn't exist by any means, and I definitely don't want to contribute to anybody's invisibility, but I don't know anybody that particularly operates that way. Most role plays that I'm familiar with in the kink world are going to be a little bit more illustrious and maybe a little bit less cartoony, rather than
less caricature.
Rather than like the maid comes in the sexy outfit.
And, that's another one.
You see that on TV all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody's actually having that type of sex. I feel like most role play is going to look more like, CGL type stuff or like significant.
And can we explain CGL for the audience?
like caregiver little,
Gotcha.
that kind of thing, or maybe like a more hardcore dom submissive, or things that we would still consider role play, but that are definitely falling under sort of more hardcore boxes. I don't know if I'm off base on this.
I don't know.